Okay, so we got the turbo set up on here mostly. Now we're trying to actually make everything work correctly. So what we've done here is we're doing this on the cheap. So there's a video out there of how to make your own mod rings. We did buy the turbocharged emulsification tubes from CB Performance. That is one thing we bought, and of course the hats are from CB Performance. The turbo is a El Cheapo Chinese way too big turbo for a 1600. Same thing with the carburetors. They're not Chinese, but they're way too big for a 1600. Those are 44s. I'd use 40s if we had the choice, but this is what we had. Yeah, but it looks good. And what we've done here is this is the wastegate, and it's tapping onto boost pressure over here, and we've teed into it, and we're running this hose down, and we're running it over to the bottom of the fuel pump, and we've modified that by putting a fitting in there and blocking off the vent holes. This one had 2 vent holes, one on each side of the pump, and so we're putting boost pressure to the bottom of the pump, which will in turn raise the fuel pressure when you hit boost. So that's how we're doing that. Since this is a Baja and not a car, we're just running the drain from the turbo on over to a valve cover, which is perfectly fine. And then for timing, right now all we've done is we just retarded it to 25 degrees total advance. Not the best way to do it. We do have a big box of wiring for an MSD box that we have not had time to install. So the exhaust and everything else is just cobbled together because we're kind of doing this in a hurry. We have our wideband that we're hooking up as we speak, and if you're cheap and live in the Timbuktu like we do, these are called spark plug no foulers, and they're 18 millimeter, which is the same thread as a oxygen sensor, and you just cut it off about an 1/8 inch from the top here, drill a hole, and then you can stick that in there because the bottom will not be there anymore. So you'll cut the bottom end off, which looks like so, and then you'll be left at the top, which is that, and you can drill and weld that in. You get 2 of these for about $5. A real O2 bung is like $5 to $10 depending on what you buy. So not that we're really doing that for cheap, it's just because it's easy. We have it. You know, there's no real places around here that sell stuff without ordering on Amazon or eBay and taking a week to a month to ship. For our oil pressure supply, we just teed in to the factory case with a brass fitting and a T, and we used our stock sending unit on this side. Then we put a nipple on this side and just ran hose up here, and that's should be adequate for now. That's not the best hose in reality, but that's what we got, so we'll see how long that lasts. They sell fittings that would be metric, which would be kind of nice. This is all American thread. It fits in there, but it's not perfect. You're going to have to use sealant on it because it will not be the right size. So in a nutshell, that's the quick and dirty rundown of our little project, turbo in a day. It was going to be turbo in a weekend, but it turned into turbo in a day apparently. So next we're going to wire up our oxygen sensor somehow. John's got to figure out how to get that through the firewall without drilling holes, and I was able to get my boost gauge through the conveniently placed access hole there, but the pigtail on the wideband's a little bigger. And for boost reference, we just we could have ran it from up here, but we want a manifold vacuum too in case we ever do run a blow-off valve. So it's just tapped into the manifold here. I don't know if you can see that through the linkage there. It's just underneath the throttle plate. So if we ever want to run a blow-off valve, which I'm sure John will want to hear the big psh, you know, then we'll be able to tee into all this, and all that needs to get secured somehow, some way. So John's going to figure out how to make a hole, and then we're going to go and get an air filter for it, and then we're going to probably take it on 150 mile an hour, no, 150 mile an hour, 150 mile cruise, and or at least we'll attempt it, and we'll see you guys in a little bit. Shade tree here. gonna go on a road trip. Hopefully we come back and not have to use tow bar or somebody be in hot water. So, have a nice little puddle there. Had a little gas leak. Nothing that hooking the vent drain up actually couldn't fix. So now we're gonna go on our way, road trip this thing. Where are we going, John? North. North.
As far as it'll take us.
Yeah. Here we are. We haven't been smelling gas, but we noticed that our gas gauge has been moving quite rapidly towards empty. And I've been blaming John that it's because he's been nailing it at every corner that we get. And I still think part of it's that. But we pulled over on the side of the road and started inspecting and found the fuel hose was soaked right here, but this is not leaking now. And I felt up there and it's got a big huge gash in it. So we went down and went to Napa. There's a Napa here. How about that? And we bought some hose and we bought some Napa made clamps. Wow. You want to come from this side, John? Or I'm going to watch John do this.
Oh,
he's going to get fuel everywhere. You want me to do it?
Somebody's going to have to plug the hole.
Well, what we do is we make the fuel line the right size first, and then we shove a bolt or something in this hole, a screwdriver, and do one in at a time. I'll do it. Here,
You think I have a bolt?
I'm pretty sure you do. I thought I put some stuff in your case there while you weren't looking. So. We're gonna put this down here. Maybe we do something here. Yeah, that'll work. Oh, it's perfect. Excellent. I'll volunteer to get that job. Very slow, I guess. Wait. Now. I know you subtitled. That's probably the problem right there. That made it all. Let me cut this first and get a hose clamp on the end of it. Before you even ever think about touching that line, because I think now this car just keeps getting better and better by the day. Dude, we're going. I think you're right. I think we're going to go to Colorado.
We're going places.
We made it already. Careful, we got a sharp tool. Hey, where am I?
Is it this one? It's this piece?
Yeah.
Oh, see, I replaced that one.
It's right behind here, right there. There's a hole on the backside, and then when I moved it up, it quit. This is going to save us so much money. In fuel. It's like we just got a hybrid. Alright. I wouldn't stand up sitting right there. I think you're going to get covered. I wonder where Napa clamps are made.
China?
Napa Valley?
Oh, that wasn't that bad, man.
Oh, dude, I got experience doing this.
I'm glad, yeah, because... so clean over here.
Alright, that one's on.
It's still leaking.
I think this is just... Okay. I got all the hose here. Can you pull that hose off?
Still got to pull that one.
No.
No. Let's loosen a little bit more.
Let's wait. Let me get this stopped. We can fuel out this one now.
Oh, it's the zip tie catching it.
No.
Yeah.
Let me loosen. Take them out. Damn Americans!
Surprised I get a million hits for comedy.
They don't like comedy. They don't like comedy. They like watching hot knives through tires and duck calls on their signature.
One more time, or are you gonna slip it?
I think we should slit it myself.
See, if we didn't have a street car, if we didn't have a Baja, we'd have to be jacking this thing up.
Watch out.
You know what I mean?
Daddy got a knife here. Just slit it.
See, I thought it was good stuff because it's still hard. That should leak out.
Wait until you see this piece. Besides cutting.
Twist it.
Let me see. There you go. There you go.
Oh my. That hole?
That hole, yeah.
Or that hole?
This hole.
There's two holes.
Well, this hole is the one that was leaking. That hole was going to.
Just getting ready to leak. Wonder what caused that? Zip ties?
No, because it's nowhere near where the zip tie is. Oh, shit.
We're going to have to start with a rest stop. Oh my God, Matt! Matt, you should have done that one first.
No, because then I would have that down.
Yeah, right. Then you only got wet once. Dude, you smelled way too much to get in the bar.
I can ride around without my shirt on. I don't want that either.
Oh, shit. Are you filming this?
Yes.
Oh, great.
Of course.
Alright.
I hope it's filming. This is classic.
This is good stuff.
This is excellent.
This is why you have Baja. All the parts without jacking the damn car out.
Put that back in your toolbox, because that right there
It's fuel saver.
what's going to save our butt every day of the week. All right, let's show the camera though that nice piece of fuel line while I air out. So, right there is the hull, and we also had another one starting up here, but right there is the one that was opening up and just draining. We went through half a tank of gas in about, I don't know what, John, maybe about 30 miles at the most. So here, let's save this hose because there's still a usable chunk there. But yeah, there's the hole. You know, the only thing is my skin's probably going to be on fire here in a minute. So, but rags? No, you threw it in that little box. Please, whatever you do, don't take up smoking with me in the car. Hey, you know the good thing is, John? It's my outside arm, so, you know, you should be good. Alright, that's as clean as I'm going to get, apparently. Maybe I'll take a bath at Ed's. Alright, on the road again, or at least we're hoping so. And we're right at a half tank now, so
We burned about 4.5 gallons.
we burned about 4.5 gallons to go about 30 miles. You know, for some cars that's not bad. That's like a little less than 10 miles to the gallon. Hey, there's a Miata. John's itching to see if it has more power with more fuel now. I know he is, so let's watch this. it seemed happier in first gear this time. Whoa, brake. Oh, when I record, it's right up here. Alright, so going up the edge still, hopefully. So, here we go. We made it to a friend of ours' house. We finally got the guts to go on the interstate. And we're going to see how our friend... Okay, so, that is better. It's amazing how much better that is. So, went to our buddy Ed's house. We made it up there, used 4.5 gallons to get there, which is pretty crappy considering it was like 55 miles or so. But we had fuel leaks, we will admit that, and we are not jetted at all. That's what we were supposed to do today.
Real fat.
Really fat. And so far we used a little over half a tank on the gauge to get halfway home.